Things are not looking great for Ukraine right now. The White House finally signed off on a massive pile of military aid last week. This included everything from bullets and missiles to MRAPs and Humvees. The latest package consists of around $6 billion in weaponry and aid. The US went so far as to pre-position another $1 billion in aid in anticipation of the Biden sign-off. This move, along with the change in rhetoric from Speaker Johnson and others who gained access to intel briefings on the state of the war, lead me to speculate that there is a fear of a Russian breakthrough emerging in the not-too-distant future. Ukrainian troops seem worn down, depleted, exhausted after holding off a limited Russian counteroffensive that came on the heels of a failed Ukrainian offensive. All of the items being sent to Ukraine are in high demand. Air defense missiles like the Patriot, NASAM, AIM-9M, and RIM-7 are going to be crucial to defending important infrastructure that's well behind the front lines from cruise missile and drone attacks. Ukraine's power plants in particular have taken a beating while Kiev waited for more American aid. Anti-tank missiles and landmines are being sent over on the other hand, which will help Kiev fortify defensive positions that it will need to harden up for the next Russian onslaught. On the front lines, Russia has managed to bring to bear piles of older equipment that it inherited from the Soviet collapse, which have been sitting in warehouses throughout the country. They've also spun up on a war footing by spending around 6% of GDP on the military. Ukraine has made Russia pay in blood for any advances. Total casualties from Moscow are estimated at 450,000 according to a UK report. Artillery has long been a key factor for both sides, and even with depleted stocks, Ukrainian artillery has been critical to slowing down Russian advances in possible breakout routes. The US is sending more 155mm, 105mm, and along with that 60mm mortar rounds. Ukraine is trying to spin out its own artillery shell production as the rest of the West is desperately jumpstarting their own artillery shell production to catch up with Russia. The biggest issue has been one of manpower. Russia has a marked advantage against Ukraine in this area, and despite press-ganging foreign nationals into the Russian military and conscripting less than ideal candidates to make up for the horrific losses on the front, mass has a quality all of its own. Ukraine itself has long had a demographic problem where it made more sense to send older men to be mobilized and let the younger men, who are the future of Ukraine, stay behind for long-term population-related reasons. But things are so dire now that the conscription age has dropped down to 25 from 27. US aid is pouring into Ukraine as I record this video. Hopefully that weaponry, as well as the newly mobilized Ukrainian troops, can shore up the front lines before Russia makes what could be a late-round push to end this war on their own terms later this summer.